Hey guys, Gemma from ASD Rocks. On the way back from school drop-off, this is school camp update number 2, or should I say school camp saga update number 2. I don't know how many people are, cooking this broth at school. But I had a meeting with 2 people yesterday. I've had another one on the phone today because he wasn't there yesterday. And everybody's talking, but nobody's listening. I can't work out whether the school is trying to push their own agenda about what they want, and they just don't want it to be too hard, and they just don't want to have to pay for an aid, or they just don't want to, I just don't know why they're not listening. I keep telling them, listen, I know my kid. If you want to set this up for success, I know how to do it, right? I know how to make this the best possible situation. But then I kind of get this feeling that they all think that because, they've been teachers and whatever and had kids with ASD before in the class that, we know what we're doing. We've been doing this and we know what we're doing. But you know what? You might know what you're doing, but that's like me turning up to a client's house, meeting their ASD child and just assuming that their ASD child is going to be exactly the same as mine. They're not. That's the whole point of the S in ASD. It's a freaking spectrum. And the only people that know their kid, right, are the parents. That's why I always say, if you go to a speech therapist, if you go to a special school, if you go to, any therapies, occupational therapies, this and that, if the first question that is asked is, tell me about your child because you know them best, it's an amazing place. I feel like this is like too many cooks are going to spoil broth, because whoever I spoke to today who wants to nut out the nuts and bolts is not the person that called me yesterday to nut out the nuts and bolts, and isn't the person that joined the meeting yesterday who then took me out of the room to speak to me privately to try and veer me down a particular direction that I felt that she wanted to go, which was sort of a little bit more for the school than for the child. I keep telling people this is an area that I work in, right? I actually do school seminars, I do class information sessions. I get paid for this. What I don't understand is I'm offering my services for free to help out at this school, and for things that people are begging for at other schools, these guys are just a little bit like, no, we got this. I say a million times over, one of the things I've said is, I don't want to do anything to make him stand out, to make him really obvious. So they wanted me to come along and be his aide for the day, right? Ridiculous. That's just stupidity. What other kid's mum comes and is an aide for the day? I take that back. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. He can have an aide that's not me. So me coming down for them to save money on sending an aide, a full-time aide at school, at camp, is I'm not doing it. He can do it with a regular aide, okay? So, I just got to ask the question, well, what do we say when other people, ask, well, why is he going home at the end of the day? Well, the answer is because he's got autism, isn't it? I mean, that's what I've been saying since the day he started school. Educate the class. Tell the kids he's got autism. Don't let them try and guess why he's behaving differently. Give children the answer. If you don't give children the answer, you end up with them trying to guess or thinking that the kid is just naughty, or, you know, with the school's privacy policy, they'll go to the teacher and say, you know, why is he acting like that? Teacher can't say anything. Go home, say to the parents, oh, there's this kid, he was up the back of the class, he was, you know, I don't know, pacing or blocking his ear or doing whatever it was he was doing. It was really weird, and the parent doesn't know, you know, they've got typical kids at home. She'd probably turn around and say, oh, well, you know, that child's just naughty. So the kid goes back to school. This is how bullying starts, people. Respect the child. Respect the children in the class. Give them the answer. It should have been made a statement from the first week of school. This is Bo. He's going to be in your class. He has autism. He's going to do a few bits and pieces. If you've got questions, ask. Ask him, ask us, let's make it open. We're not embarrassed. This is not something we're trying to hide from anyone. I just don't understand why we're, you know, towards the very end of term 1, and the things that I said literally last year at when we were working with the inclusion coordinator and all of that stuff. Why am I getting the same questions that I already answered then to someone who's not even part of the 4-5 people now that are calling me about camp, about the same questions that I answered already? And not even answered, I actually gave the information over, and it was all written down very diligently by the woman who was the, you know, inclusion coordinator or transition coordinator, whatever the hell you want to call them. There's a breakdown in communication going on, and it's starting to piss me off that I have to talk every day to a different person at the same school about the same thing, all because camp has come up. Whereas if they had listened to me bloody 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 3 months ago, when I met with them before he was even there, all of this stuff should already have been put in place. Already put in place, because all this stuff that we're talking about now is stuff that I was very clear about. Anyway, I'm sure there will be an update because camp's on Monday and I'm going to Phillip Island, guys. As for Bo, just in case anybody cares, he's much, much better. He knows that I'm coming down. He knows that I'm staying. He knows that at the end of the day, he's going to be coming home with me, sleeping there, so he's happy to go to camp. He's feeling much more comfortable about that. So now all I have to do is have number 2 child sorted, make sure he feels like he's, you know, special, because I never go on camp with him. That sucks. Horrible mum. Make sure he feels like something special. But as we all know, Autism Awareness Day is coming up on the 2nd, which is I don't know, like 2 weeks time, and he's got some pretty wild stuff planned. So hopefully he will get his special feeling from that, because he just loves doing his hair for his brother, and you know, and that sort of stuff. All right. Anyway, guys, if I am bald from like ripping my hair out, is because I've received another call from school asking me the exact same questions that I have answered 15 times over, and it's just because no one is freaking listening. But I'm off to get an esky and pack some bags and get some shit together for school. For school camp. I haven't been on school camp since I was, oh my God, I don't know, 16. ASD rocks today, doesn't it? Bye.